The night was quiet, almost too quiet. A bright, round moon floated above a sea of stars, spilling its silver glow across endless mountains blanketed in snow. The air was sharp, the kind that bites your lungs when you breathe. Beautiful, sure, but underneath that beauty there was something heavier, the kind of silence that tells you trouble isn't far away. A lone man stood there. White hair down to his shoulders, a dark cloak wrapped around him, and in his hand a sword still wet with blood. He dragged a cloth across the blade, muttering to himself, "I'm starting to feel my age." Now, when a warrior says that, you don't imagine some weak old man ready to topple over. No, this guy still radiated danger, like a wolf who'd seen one too many winters but could still tear you apart if you got too close. He sighed, his breath fogging in the cold. "The winter wind, it cuts right through to my bones now." But before he could sink too deep into his thoughts, a sound broke the silence. "Cuckoo, cuckoo." The man paused, his sharp eyes narrowed. A bird call in the middle of a frozen winter? He smirked, tilting his head. "That's not a bad imitation. But come on, a summer bird in the snow? Are they trying to fool me, or just plain stupid?" He turned his head slightly, voice calm but firm. "Whoever you are, stop that. I'm here now." From the shadows stepped a young man, blonde hair, piercing blue eyes, wrapped in a heavy cloak. If you didn't know any better, you'd think he was a noble's son sneaking out of a castle. But looks deceive. This boy was Vlad, born in the slums, dragged through a life harsher than the winter around them. The older man asked, "Are you Vlad?" The youth nodded. "Yeah, you must be Stangar." He handed over a sealed envelope, wax stamp still fresh. Stangar's eyes skimmed through the letter. Rival families, hired mercenaries, even a former knight working as a sellsword. He snorted, piecing things together. "So that's why Jorge asked for help." Vlad straightened his back, determination burning in those blue eyes. "I'll lead the way. If we move fast, we'll arrive in 2 nights." But Stangar wasn't one to take words at face value. His eyes gleamed with a cold, dangerous light. "If I suspect you're leading me astray, I'll kill you on the spot." That kind of threat should shake anyone, especially a young man on his first mission. But Vlad didn't even flinch. He simply answered, "Just follow me. I don't want to screw up my first mission either." For a second, Stangar froze. He'd unleashed his most intimidating glare, but this kid didn't blink, didn't even stutter. Instead of being annoyed, he found himself smirking. No wonder Jorge likes him. This kid's a diamond in the rough. Hours later, the two shared the warmth of a small fire inside a cave. The flames cracked and spat, casting shadows on the rocky walls. Vlad kept sneaking glances at the older man. Finally, Stangar broke the silence. "Why do you keep staring? Haven't you ever seen a retired knight before?" Vlad shook his head. "Not up close." Stangar chuckled. "Then you clearly haven't seen much of the world." They chewed on jerky, or at least Vlad did. Stangar gnawed at his own supply, stale and hard as stone. The smell of fresh meat sizzling over the fire nearly drove him mad. He tried to hide his hunger with pride, saying, "Knights only accept things in exchange for a fair price." Vlad rolled his eyes. "If you want some, just say so." Stangar puffed his chest, insisting, "I have my pride." But his growling stomach betrayed him. Their banter was cut when Vlad asked the real question. "Do you know how to use an aura?" Stangar's expression shifted. His smirk returned, sharp and knowing. "Not all knights can. And those who can, it's even harder to use it in battle." Vlad leaned closer. "So, can you?" The older man rose to his feet. His sword left its sheath with a sharp shing, and in the dim cave, a blue glow began to dance along the blade. His eyes gleamed as he muttered, "Watch closely, kid. This is the true essence of knighthood." The aura erupted, alive and radiant. Vlad's breath caught, eyes wide with awe. This wasn't just strength. It was something deeper, something that separated true knights from everyone else. But peace never lasts long. When they finally reached the town, the streets were empty. Too empty. No laughter, no footsteps, not even drunks stumbling home. Stangar's eyes narrowed. Vlad admitted, voice tight, "No, this isn't normal." And then they found it. A courtyard, bodies scattered across the ground, the blood still fresh on the snow. Vlad's jaw tightened. "We'll split up. I'll draw attention at the front. You sneak through the back door." He gave a small grin before dashing off. "See you soon." Inside, Jorge sat battered and bandaged, the weight of battle heavy in his eyes. "The penny pincher attacked while you were gone," he said, voice low and grim. "Never underestimate those greedy bastards." Then he asked the question, "Did you bring him with you?" Vlad nodded. "Yes, sir. He's strong. He even used an aura, so I know we'll win tomorrow." But the room froze. Jorge's eyes went sharp, his hand gripping his sword. "What did you say? An aura? Stangar doesn't have one." The air turned heavy. A door creaked open. Footsteps echoed closer. And then, a chilling voice filled the room. "You've come a long way since we last met." A figure stepped into the light. Long hair, glowing eyes, face smeared with blood. A smile that could freeze your spine. "It's been quite a while, Jorge." The warmth of the fire, the safety of trust, the hope of tomorrow's battle, all of it shattered in an instant. Because sometimes the true monsters wear the faces of men. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to hit like, drop a comment, and subscribe to the channel. You can also check out the other parts of this series in the playlist. I've added the link down in the description.